Hey, Monday, March 28th. Yeah, I'm still here. I mean, the news said there was an attack in Lviv. That was true. But from where I live, it was quite far away, and seemed like they were targeting economic target, oil storage facility. You know, that's what's been reported in the news. I decided to hold back a day or two because, again, they don't like it when you talk about these things as they happen. It can give away information. But now I think it's been all over the place and it's all out there, so no problem with that. But also this weekend they targeted an oil storage facility in a city called Lutsk as well. That's a little bit to the north and east of here, about 2 hours or so. So they've been in this area in western Ukraine. It seems like they're interested in the strategic targets, not so much civilian targets, but who knows. But again, I was saying in previous videos, I think if they're going to target civilians, they'll be done with artillery, so they'd have to get up close, because you need a lot more ordnance to do that than what a few cruise missiles could do. Because usually the cruise missile itself, the explosion of the cruise missile itself, isn't that big. You need many of them, but what I think when they hit Yarriv, they used like 15 or 20 of them, maybe even more. But when you're targeting like an oil storage thing, you don't need many because it's the secondary explosions that do the damage, set off the chain reaction. And that's how actually a lot of weapons work, is you're trying to target a fuel source or an energy source or ammunition or something and set off the secondary reaction. But I don't know, I was in the center of town when the alarms sounded. I didn't actually hear the explosions, and we were on our way to go get dinner, and apparently it was all going on. So a lot of people didn't even run for cover. We had kind of gotten a little used to the air alarms are sounded when there's a vector, when there's a launch or something. They detect a launch, and then they take them away as they find out that area is not under attack. So anyway, it's but I still feel okay here in Lviv, but it's still a little bit cautious, a little bit more cautious about things as it happens. But I'm not in a panic mode and hysteria mode either. So it's just the reality. We're in a war, and it seems like the Russians are kind of pulling back on the ground war, but they still have the capability to strike from the air. And again, that's why they're pushing for the no-fly zone, so they can intercept these missiles, not so much the planes, but intercept the missiles more, which, I'm for. I hope they can get the right weapon systems in here to do that, to kind of be like an Iron Dome like they have in Israel. They use the Patriots, and they can hit a missile with a missile. And I think they can do that with the S-400s, S-300s to some degree, but not to as great as an effect as a Patriot. And I think they've even taken down cruise missiles with the Stingers here, if I understand right. So, they have some missile defense here, but it's like a 30-40% solution. We really need a more robust system for something bigger, or for more numerous missiles. But yeah, there's been a lot of talks again about a ceasefire, and Zelensky is going back and forth on giving up territory or not. And apparently, Lavrov is in India, and then there's some more talks in Turkey. So, but my gut tells me we're getting closer to a negotiated settlement, because time is on no one's side. Time is not on Europe's side. After they put in the sanctions, it resulted in higher gas prices. Time is not on Russia's side. They're going into a massive recession right now, maybe even economic depression. Time is definitely not on Ukraine's side. The longer this prolongs, the more civilians suffer, the more the economy suffers. Probably, yeah. It'll just go into a grind. This war is just going to go into like a grind, and it seems like also time doesn't help. Falls out of the news cycle, so it's really hard to say whose side time is on. It's like, I guess from an economics point of view, the West can win the war of attrition against Russia. From a strategic point of view, if Russia just keeps hitting economic targets and blockading the port, from Russia versus Ukraine, actually time is probably on Russia's side, if they're willing to go back to Soviet Union time and Putin can keep his population under control and doesn't care about his citizens. Time could be on Ukraine's side, if they keep having these tactical victories, which they're doing, and the counteroffensive looks like it's going pretty well. So it's really can be argued both ways who's benefiting from time. So yeah, that's all I have today. It's Monday. I got to get to work. Anyway, take care.